Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park 22 with the expansion Boston Blazers. We just finished our fifth season, and we finished with the best record we've ever had. We finished 78 and 84. It still hasn't been great. We finished our sixth season, so back-to-back seasons where we almost hit 500. It hasn't been great, but I think this is the year we turn the corner, this offseason into next season. I think. We played pretty well down the stretch. We were a 500 team in August and September. We were basically a 500 team all year. June, we were 5 games under 500. July, we were 3 games under 500. We were game over in April and May. So, we were close. And the pitching staff was very good. We need to do something about our offense, though. You can see our offensive ratings are they're towards the bottom of the league. Pitching staff was really good. And you can see that in the stats here. So if we start with pitching, and we actually had some good news, bad news. So we called up Adam Shoemaker at roster expansion, and he was really good in 8 starts. And then, of course, he got hurt. So he's out for 6 months. But the rest of our pitching staff, Tanner Burns was really good, 10-7, 2.95. I don't know that he's going to be able to replicate that, but if he does that, he has a spot in our rotation. Rest of our pitching staff, Christian Little bounced back and had a really good season. He was league average ERA plus, but 192 innings, was 13-12, struck out almost a batter an inning, less than a home run per 9, 3.83 FIP. 3.5 WAR was really good. Isaiah Jackson struck out 233 batters in 174 innings. Opponents only hit 215 against our top 2 pitchers, Little and Jackson. So I'm really excited about the future with these guys. They're going to start getting expensive next season. They both want over $4 million in ARB, so we might see if we can lock them up long term. Juan Then was really good, using him strictly as a reliever, almost 2 WAR. So I'm glad we didn't trade him. Urbano was not all that good after we picked him up, so we may try to move him here in the offseason and free up that $4.5 million. Or I guess it's actually a little bit less than that because we're not paying the entirety of his contract. The Vlad thing is killing us, though. We still have 3 more years on Vlad's contract, so that's really doing a number on what we have to spend. Cotton Game we picked up in the Rule 5 last year, and he was tremendous. 2.70 ERA. Opponents hit $1.50 on him. He struck out 13.2. Still walked a bunch, but when opponents are only hitting $1.50 against you, it's fine. McCade Brown continues to get hurt. The ratings are there. I feel like he can be a good pitcher, but he can't stay healthy. And depending on ARB numbers and stuff, that may be somebody else we look to move. Ricardo Sanchez we picked up in a trade. He's a free agent. We'll probably let him walk. Reinhard Hauser we called up. He got 3 starts in. Was fine. 1-1 with a 3.68, so more pitching depth. Halverson we called up this year just because I'm intrigued by the stuff, and he wasn't terrible. 80 strikeouts in 55 innings, slightly above average ERA plus. Walking too many, but you can get away with low movement, low control, not necessarily, at least in in our stadium. And then the rest of the bullpen was meh. Ramirez was bad, Gilliam was bad, Beck was bad, Calhoun only pitched in 2 games. Offensively, we weren't very good. We had a couple players who had good WARs, but that's because of their defense. Arenado and Lopez both had below average seasons with the bat. Arenado gave us exactly what I anticipated: 25 home runs, 80 RBIs, and elite defense. Lopez, same thing, hit 213 with us, but was great defensively. Jody Large had a nice rookie season. He's already 24, so it's not like he's a 19-year-old kid here, but a nice rookie season. League average, 3.0 WAR. I expect him to be better next season, and hopefully we can get some help around him. Noel V Marte, once he was healthy, was one of our more consistent hitters, so he'll be a staple at second as long as he's healthy. Waters had a nice stretch of games the last month and a half. He was okay in September, was really good in August, but I mean, I need more than that out of these ratings. A .9 WAR and 98 OPS plus. Parker Meadows was good after coming over. I mean, well, I guess he wasn't. He was good defensively. His bat wasn't fantastic. Maybe got exposed playing a little too much. Arredondo continues to hit, but we're probably going to move on from him. Compton was it was just slightly below average for everybody. Galiz and Manzardo, 2 players that we relied on last year, were just absolutely terrible, especially Galiz. I don't understand how he hit 193 with these ratings, but now he's got Carter Jensen breathing down his neck, and Manzardo has Jordan Villar's breathing down his neck. So both of these guys will be up next season, potentially replacing the players we have there. I haven't looked at anything. So we've got 65 messages. Actually, I don't know if I've looked at anything. I haven't looked at a thing. So season goals, don't suck completely, acquire a top player. I would love to. New budget, team payroll of around $75 million. Mark Canna retired. Top prospects, we don't have anybody there. Minor league system rating. We still have the top prospect system in the majors. Largest 16th, Jim Ferruzza, who we picked up in a trade. A couple years away, but he's number 17. Villar's is 28. Luis Gonzalez was an international guy, and Cantero was our initial international guy back in 2022. So a lot of good prospects. The coffers are full, as they say. So it's just a matter of adding players around them. So the Dodgers won the World Series because, of course, they did. You can see we didn't finish in last. We finished tied for 4th with the Mets. So we're going to end up with 78. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to be somewhere in the 11 or 12 or 13 range in terms of draft picks this year, which is fine. Given what we have coming up next year. So, playoffs. Dodgers won the World Series. They beat the Indians 4-1. You can see the tree there. So now we got to get into arbitration. A lot of arbitration to deal with here. So let's get the tough ones out of the way first. So Isaiah Jackson wants 4.6. So let's look at something, because I want to see if I can get them locked up more long term. So Jackson wants 4.66384. So 4.68. 4.68. 4.68. So he wants 4.6. So let's do 5 years. He wants 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Nope, he just wants the 1. All right, so 4-4. So I'll offer him 4-4. Try to get that number locked in. We'll do the same thing with Little. See if we can get him locked up more long term. Little, where is he? Right there. 4, 6, and 7. Okay. Where's Little? Okay, he still just wants the 1 year. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Nope. Shoot. Okay, that's fine. So 4-2. So 3,950. No. 4. All right. So we get those guys both locked in for the year. Not great, but okay. So McKay Brown only wants 1.2. So I'm fine offering him $1.2 million. Hang on just a second. All right. So we'll keep going here. So Brown 1.2. Burns wants 1. I think that's a no-brainer considering what he gave us last year. Fuentes, we're going to go ahead and cut bait there. Doval, Gilliam, we're going to cut bait there. Patrick Murphy. Anybody want Patrick Murphy? He's a 4-star player, so, and if I have to non-tender him, I will, but no. Okay, we're just going to non-tender him. All right. I think we're good now. Sorry about that. So let's just keep going through arbitration here. Alexis Ramirez. We'll probably bring him back. Taylor, I don't think we're going to bring him back. Let's look at Then, because we are going to bring Then back. Offer him some money. We will go ahead and withdraw to Arredondo. Galiz, we will offer him 1-2 because it's fine for a backup. Manzardo, I'll skip for now. Marte wants 3-9. 3-7-5 for Noel V. Jose Lopez only wants 2-2. Waters wants 1.5. All right, so that leaves us with Mangum, Manzardo, Taylor, and Ramirez. So I think he was really bad. Does anybody want him? Yeah, I don't want any of these players, though. No, I don't want any of those players. Can we package? Let's see something. Can we package Ramirez and Murphy? Does that change anything? Can we trade them both? I almost choked on my coffee. That was awful. All right, so no. Okay, so we're just going to say goodbye then. We can scour the waiver wire if we need some bullpen arms. Doval only pitched in 20 games, but he actually wasn't bad, so I'm okay bringing him back. Manzardo, does anybody want him? There's some offers. Are any of them any good? It's not terrible offers. I mean, they're not great, but we have a first baseman who's going to be coming up. So maybe somebody like Brady Drost, who can be the replacement for Mangum. He's only 24. Christian Franklin, second round pick, hit 25 home runs last year. Enough skills to be acceptable as a starting center fielder. He can play all three outfield positions. I mean, if he had 25 home runs in San Francisco, you got to think he could hit something close to that for us. Sure, Christian Franklin. Prospects. Can we add anything to this? How badly do you want him? I guess that's the question. How about some depth? No, you don't want to give up Tommy. Okay. Lascano, very little. Oh, I didn't see his player ratings. Number 19 prospect, I like him. Diego Velazquez, no. All right, I think I'm okay with this. Or am I? He's going to hit for some power against lefties. He's okay against righties. I mean, this is the type. This is my type. But he's only got 1 year of Major League service. So he's going to be the minimum for, 2 more years? Sure, I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. And then that allows us to come in here and say goodbye to Jake Mangum. All right. So we're good there. We're good there. So we are now... Oh, that's right. I wanted to see if I could trade Urbano. Anybody interested in Ismael? Yeah, I mean, there's absolutely a demand for him. Just can we get something that I like on the... I mean, I think we probably can just at quick glance. Like, I like Christian Robinson. Great defense. Not going to be a great hitter, but great defense. I mean, we could just straight up swap him with another reliever. Gallardo with the Red Sox isn't... with the Red Sox isn't terrible. Jacob Gonzalez is okay. Sarantola with the Cubs. I mean, he's a borderline starter. O'Neal Cruz has got some power, but he's blocked by Arenado at third. Luke Murphy? He's not bad. The ratings look better than his stats do. So I don't know if that's a trade I want to make. He could be a starter. Hyun Il Choi, he's 26. He's making the minimum for another year or so. That's not a bad option. Joe Adele signed an extension with the Dodgers. 4 years, $15 million. Anthony Siegler. I mean, if we want to go catcher, I mean, I think we're okay at second and short. Corey Robinson. Robert Dominguez. Montana Semmel. He's 24. No. All right. So I need to sim ahead a day because I want to look at prospects. But there are absolutely a couple of deals there. I think we can easily move on from Urbano without worrying too much. Let's see. AJ Vukovic. Oh, he's 3.5 stars, huh? Brady Trost. He was the one I was looking at in the other deal. I don't need them both. Robinson, Alcantara, Aravalo. Yeah, I don't really like any of those guys. Spencer Jones, no. I don't really need a first baseman. Like, they're offering me players at positions I don't need. Jose Corniel. Movement's kind of crummy, but meh. All right, let's go back to regulars, and let's make the deal. Let's make a deal. Let's find the right deal, and let's make it. So, Pelio's not bad. Control's a little shady. He's a 2-pitch. I mean, the changeup's okay. It's below average. Sarantola wasn't a bad option. Ground ball pitcher, elite stuff, good movement. Control is sketchy, but he has 3 good pitches. Put up 2 WAR last year for the Cubs. He's been between 1 and 2 WAR as a swing man. That might not be a bad get. Murphy was the best pitcher of the bunch in terms of ratings. Most consistent, anyway. 3 really good pitches, good stuff, good movement, good control. But he's truly a reliever with that 22 stamina, and he'll never be anything more. At least Sarantola gives us the option of having a swingman if we need him. Choi is another one. Really good stuff. Movement's okay. Controls were 3. I mean, I think Choi's the answer here. As a starter, his stuff probably drops to 70, but as a bullpen arm, he's pretty good. I think Choi is the answer, but we're just going to... Actually, I think Choi is the answer. So let's see if they'll give us anything else. There's Jasiak. His ratings jumped after we traded him. Can we get him back? Cool, we can get him back. So we'll get him back. They likely won't give up any starters or any position players, but we'll ask. I like Franklin Hernandez. He's not sure what he wants to. Okay, cool. So, which of these players do I want to give up? I mean, it doesn't. They're all terrible. Some of these guys are terrible. I don't think it matters. Yeah, we'll be fine with giving up Ashford. Okay, so far, and we're going to keep going with this deal. See what we can continue to add to this. Victor Medeiros also came from us. Looks like that might be it. Yeah, but I'm okay with that. So Ismael Urbano and Robbie Ashford to the Dodgers for Hyun Il Choi, Jack Jasiak, and Franklin Hernandez. Cool. All right, so fans didn't like that, but they like the fact that we brought in Choi. Where is our fan interest now? 79. It's going the wrong direction, but I think we'll be okay. So we bring in Choi and Jasiak. Hernandez can go to AA, I guess. We will disable there. We also have Mike Strader, who we drafted in this past draft. He'll probably be up next season. So let's do this. Let's call up the players that we know. Well, I don't want to do that until we get to the offseason so that we can see exactly where our holes are. So we're going to go ahead and sim ahead to free agency, and we'll see what we see. Oh, I got a personal message. So we signed all of these players. We don't get any fan interest bumps. I thought we might for Jackson and Little, but nothing. Okay. We are going to have to do something this offseason. All right, McCade Brown signs with us. Let's keep simming ahead here and see what we get. So we got our first Gold Glove. All right, so Laureano can't be on the DL, so none of these guys can be on the DL. So let's just... Oh, Shoemaker's on the 60, so he has to be there. Let's get through the awards, and we'll take a look at the awards, and then we'll get to free agency. Drew Compton gets hurt for 7 weeks. Is there a note, or is it just... Setting off fireworks. Idiot. All right, so Gold Gloves in the American League, you can see them there. If you want to pause it, you can look. In the National League, we get Arenado at third, no surprise. Reliever of the Year, Roelmi Garcia in the NL. In the AL, DeMarcus Evans. Platinum Sticks in the AL, you can see them if you want to pause. In the NL, we had Isaiah Jackson as a pitcher, and that is it. Rookie of the Year, Christian Franklin, who's now on our team. So we pick up the reigning Rookie of the Year. In the American League, it's Stur Candelario. AL Manager of the Year, Dong Soo Kim. And in the NL, Gabe Kapler. AL Cy Young, Mike Wellman of the Aces. Wow. In the 2024 draft, they picked first, and they get Mike Wellman. Yeah, I can see that. In the NL, Mike Soroka. AL MVP is Gleyber Torres, and Acuna Jr. wins it in the National League. All right, so let's get to free agency. So I think if we can add a piece offensively, because that's where whatever money we have is going to go to if we can find somebody who fits. I think our pitching staff is fine. I don't think we need to add anything to our pitching staff. We just need to build fan interest, get more fans into the stands, and get our budgets to go the right way. So I think we need to have a good season this year because our budget is kind of stagnant. All right. So international free agents. Hoping for a bat. There's only a couple. And none of them are any good. All right. So we got some good names here on the list. I don't know that we're going to be able to afford any of these players. Not that I would want it's not, Kyle Tucker's not actually Kyle Tucker. I mean, he is, but he's not like that good Kyle Tucker, right? All right, so what do we have for free agent money? Nothing. Hell. Okay. All right. So that's not good. We got plenty of pitchers, so our pitching staff is fine. We don't need to add a single pitcher to our pitching staff. Offensively, VRs will be our starting first baseman. Carter Jensen is looking to be our starting catcher. We'll put him here as the backup for now. Sabato's terrible. I don't care if he comes back or not, because Compton will be the backup first base / third base. Yeah, I think, if anything, we're set in center, we're set at second, we're set at third, at first, at catcher, and at short. So left field and right field. So outfield is really where we need it. And we have Laureano for another couple seasons, although it may be in our best interests to move on from Ramon Laureano. Nobody wants him, though, so we may be on the books. It's only $5 million. I'm not too worried about it. But, yeah, we have no money. So none of this matters. Like, literally none of this matters. So we can't do anything in free agency. If there was a player I wanted, we could knock our scouting and development down, but there just isn't. So let's bump this to $25.25. So 75-cent raise in ticket prices. I don't want to trade any of these players. I need to get Vlad off the books. That's going to help us, but that's still 2 years away. Vlad's down to 2 stars. He had $189 in. I hope he retires. That would be great. $189 in 37 at bats for the Cubs last year. Arenado, his salary drops after this season, which is nice, but our salaries go up with Jackson and Marte and Little and everybody else. It's time to pay the piper, as they say. Yeah, I don't think I think this is going to be a pretty light off season. There's just not a whole hell of a lot for us to do. Checking to see if either of these guys are willing to sign long term yet. Doesn't look like they are. What about Marte? Nope. What about Large? Nope. All right. So yeah, there's just nothing for us to do right now. So I'm going to send ahead to the Rule 5. If I'm able to make a deal, because our owner wants us to bring in a top player. If I'm able to make a deal, we'll go over it at the Rule 5. But I think that's our next step. So I'll be back at the Rule 5. All right, we're back. It's the Rule 5. We didn't make any moves because again, there's no money, and our revenue per game is down, so we might be in a bit of a problem here. This might be, we're still. I don't want to call it early, but this could be a failed experiment if we don't pick things up here this season. Actually, let's go here and make sure there's nobody on the 40, not on the 40 man that we want on the 40 man. Anybody that I'm afraid of losing. Yeah, these are all, I don't care about relievers for the most part. Tamar Johnson we'll put on the 40 man. I don't know that he's ever, he got a little bit better here recently. He's still not going to hit enough, but that was a draft pick. So the mistakes we've made in this playthrough, the two biggest mistakes were taking Tamar Johnson in the sixth pick in 2022 and trading for Vlad. If we hadn't traded for Vlad, we would have some money right now, but we don't. So we will work around it. So let's just get to the Rule 5 and see where we end up. Right there. Bobby Cisneros, he is... Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to go hot and heavy on this Rule 5 draft. Bobby Cisneros, come on down. I saw my old friend Sal Stewart. We're going to give him a go. And then we're just going to sort it out afterwards, right? Because you get the talent, and then you figure it out. That's the plan. Get the talent, then figure it out. Adele Amador, no. Brent Baucom, he's a captain. Pretty good against lefties, can't really hit against righties. He's not particularly good defensively, so we'll pass. Espinal, same deal, we'll pass. Anybody else here that interests me? Huelvas, no, he's fragile. I don't like that. 30-year-old Bobby Bradley is available. Daniel Cabrera, really? Huh. He never made the majors. Yanquiel Fernandez got some power, but that's about it. Christian Ibarra, no. Ronan Kopp, no, we don't really need, again, we don't really need any pitchers. If there was somebody there that was hands down, a no doubter, a top 100 prospect or something like that, we might make a run at them. But, I have enough pitchers to fill out our staff and enough depth in the minors that I don't really need to worry about it. I think I'm good with those two picks. The outfielder and Sal Stewart. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm pretty happy with that. And I love Sal Stewart. So Cisneros he's not very good defensively, but we can just stick him in left field and he'd be fine in left. He's the number 47 prospect in baseball. He already can be a leadoff hitter with his offensive ratings. And then Sal Stewart, you guys know I love Sal Stewart. He may end up being our backup first baseman / third baseman, which means anybody interested in Drew Bowser. So if we look at Bowser and Laureano. If we attach the two of them together, does that change anything? Not really. Okay. So let's remove Laureano from the equation. Compton is 59, 54, 66, 31. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Stewart. So Stewart's not as good, but he can play the outfield, and I don't think... Yeah, Compton can't. So we might make Stewart a backup corner infielder / corner outfielder. But again, we have too many outfielders. So if we do Bowser and Drew Waters... Get Ed Howard, who was a top pick for the Cubs back in the day. Sal Rodriguez. I mean, he's not bad. I like Anthony Siegler. I mean, maybe we do something like this. And... Okay, so they'll accept that deal straight up. Oh, they get some good pitching prospects in their system. Jeff Hahn. You want somebody better than what I'm willing to give up. But will you take Bowser? They think it's a stinker of a deal. I mean, I guess you're entitled to that. Josh Farmer we picked up last year. But if we did this, now we're moving on from Galiz, right? And I don't know that we're ready to move on from Galiz. He had a bad year last year, but I don't know that we're ready to move on from him. All right, so let's go back to... I guess we got to go back to the trade block. Excuse me. So Cisneros, Large, those are two outfielders that we're going to build around. Franklin's the reigning rookie of the year. Laureano, nobody wants. Waters, there was some interest in him, but not a ton. What if we do Compton? Waters and Compton. Doesn't really change anything. I mean, can we do... All right, let's do this. Let's do this and... this. Get rid of Compton and add Bowser. So you want one of my best players. Okay. Well, I'm not giving you one of my best players for this deal. I don't mind Sal Rodriguez, but I don't really need a pitching... I don't really need another... I don't need more pitching depth. I could use prospects at other positions. Oviedo. Well, this guy's interesting. Great in the strike zone. The rest of his offensive tools are minimal. He's decent in the infield. He's got some running ability. Luca Tresh, no. Alcantara. All right, so let's do this. And because this has been a bit of a short start to this video, you know, not a whole lot going on in free agency, I figure we'll sit here and we'll plug away with some trade offers a little bit and see what we can find. And if we can't find anything, then I'll back out and we'll sim ahead like we normally do. But Yeah, see, 25 years old to me isn't really a prospect. To me, prospect is like 24 and under. 23 and under is a prospect to me. Shoot. Okay. Let's look at the trade block. No, there's not much there. Not much there at all. Like, these are the two players that I'd like to move right now, given where our team is. I mean, maybe Sal Rodriguez is that best deal. We pick up a live arm, 25-year-old starter. If we can get the Yankees to add something to it, great. But, I mean, maybe that's the move. The stamina's not, or the control's not great, but 99 to 100. Good stuff, decent movement, control's shady, but good fastball, good curveball, good slider. Struck out 61 in 41 innings a year ago. I find it hard to believe that that's the best deal we can come up with here. You know what I mean? Find it hard to believe that's the best deal that's out there. Excuse me. I'd like Jeff Hahn. I have no player that can make that work. Really. And then where is... This was Bowser, right? So they want Aguirre for... Yeah, they want all these players I'm not prepared to give up. Although... Hauser's not awful, or not great. His stamina, no. I'm not gonna trade my prospects for somebody else's prospects who aren't as good. But what it does mean is that we need to find a taker for Laureano. Even if that means we just eat the contract, we need to find a taker for Laureano because we have too many outfielders right now. So let's try this a different way. Let's go Bowser and Laureano. And maybe we just find someone to take the contract, adding Bowser to it. "24-year-old Jeremy De La Rosa." Sure, that works. You'll regret it if you decline this offer. Go for it. All right, so that's good. Let's see if we can get them to add anything to it. As you know, that's always the way to do it. See if you can get them to add talent. It's an insulting offer. I'm sorry. Quevedo, a power-hitting shortstop. Jesus Quevedo. And I like him. Jose Solano. It's insulting as well. Okay. Channing Austin. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So Channing Austin is a power-hitting third baseman that he's the number 91 prospect in baseball. Actually, I'm not really okay with that. defensively, he's not very good. If he was better defensively, I would be okay with that. Balderrama, no. De La Cruz, good defensive infielder. Any interest in that? Not even close. Okay. Enriquez, they won't give him up. Cesar Rodriguez. What about this guy? Cesar Rodriguez. Conversation's over. Jose Uribe. Good defensively. All right. So that's fine. We're going to trade Bowser and Laureano to Washington and get Jeremy De La Rosa. It removes Laureano's contract, which is, again, only $5 million, but that's $5 million that we need. Fans don't like that either. So we're now down to 77. We still have no money. Yeah, this could be a challenging couple of years here. Drew Knopp, is anybody interested in him? I'd like to pick up a cheap regular if I could. Yeah, no one's offering me any big league players because I don't have any money. So there are no big league, like anybody who would offer me a player would have to eat the entirety of the contract, which, they're willing to do, but I have to search those out. Like, these are all just minor leaguers, which is fine, but there's nobody here that I would, jump up and down to acquire. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to sim ahead now. It's time to sim ahead to opening day, I think. I'm going to continue to plug along and try to find some deals and try to improve the team. But when we come back, it'll be opening day. I'll go through the deals that I made, and we'll go from there. So hang tight. Be right back. All right. We are back just before opening day, and we were busy. Busy-ish, doing what we could with what we had at our disposal. So let's just go back and let's just take a look at the transactions. No need to wait. So this was the last deal we saw, Bowser and Laureano for Jeremy De La Rosa. And it gets better. So if we go to January. So the first deal we made, again, was with the Washington Nationals. We traded Drew Knopp, Hunter Haas, Aaron Calhoun, and Brock Porter to the Nationals, getting C.J. Boyd and Josh Macolino in return. So we'll look at what we gave up. Drew Waters, we knew what we were getting out of him. He was, ended up, his ratings, his numbers changed. His WAR ended up just over average. His OPS was just above average. Drew Knopp was one of the 3 minor league pitchers we signed out of Australia back in 2026. He was fine, but he was movable given the amount of pitching depth we have. Then we gave up Hunter Haas, who is a passable backup middle infielder. Aaron Calhoun, who is just a depth pitcher. They have him in the bullpen right now. And Brock Porter, who, again, is just more depth pitching. And in return, we get C.J. Boyd and Josh Macolino. We'll start with Macolino, number 42 prospect in the game. Can play multiple positions very, very well. That range, error, arm, and turn DP is probably a shortstop, but he can play really any position except for center field, and he might even be able to. He can play center field with that range, too. But his error is not very good, so... but he was, I think, a first-round pick for Washington a couple years ago. But he will start not in low A. He'll probably start in A-ball for us. But the key to this deal was C.J. Boyd, the number 60 prospect in the game. And I'm hoping he turns into a Sam Wesniak style of pickup, 3-star, 4-star potential, number 60 prospect in baseball, really good power, good eye, good discipline, can play multiple positions, average to below average, really good against lefties. He's going to fit into our lineup nicely. You can see put up an 822 OPS and high A-ball last year. He will start in the majors for us. So that was the first deal we made. And that was the smaller of the two deals. The next deal came in February, and it was enormous. We sent Todd Obridge, Tommy Brandenburg, Alex Freeland, and Aaron Sabato to the Cubs, getting Sean Germani in return. Now, Obridge was a little bit harder to give up. Again, another one of those free agents we signed out of Australia, and he was pretty solid. I mean, OSA, or our scout, thinks he's going to end up as a mid-rotation starter. Potentially good stuff, slightly below average movement, average control, 3 really, really good pitches, a ton of stamina. 20 years old in rookie ball, was quite good in rookie ball, so the Cubs get themselves a potential solid starter. And then we give up 3 just pieces. Tommy Brandenburg, nothing special here, 1.5-star, 2-star. Alex Freeland, 2-star, was behind like 4 different players. And Aaron Sabato, who I don't really care about. And in exchange, we get Sean Germani. Now, Germani's numbers were a little bit better than this when we traded for him. You can see his overall dropped a tiny bit, and all of his potential ratings dropped a tiny bit. I'm hoping that that's just sort of the spring training fluctuation. But regardless, he's going to be our starting right fielder. He's a tank against righties. We got to hide him a little bit against lefties, but that will add an additional bat to our lineup. He's the number 26 prospect in baseball. So, couple of deals we made leading into spring training. Owner dropped our budget because of what happened during the offseason, so we have to win this year. We were 15-15 in spring. Carlo Anglesey, we called up. Well, we put him on the 40-man, so he was on the big league roster, and he really acclimated himself well in spring training. So we may start with him in our rotation this year. You can see Little struggled, Jackson struggled, Hauser struggled, but again, spring training, so I'm not really concerned about it. Our minor league system is absolutely loaded now. If you look at the pipeline, we have 13 in the top 100, 14 in the top 101, 15 in the top 150, 17 players in the top 100. So we have a stacked minor league system, and it's time. And so hopefully this is the year things pick up for us. So we need to set our roster. We've got 19 pitchers, so we're going to send De Los Santos away. We're going to send Hauser, no. So we're going to send Gilbert, De Los Santos and Gilbert. No, I didn't mean to DFA him, but that's fine. No one's going to take them. Heinrich, we're going to send him to AAA. Kalish will go to AAA. So we have 15. We got to send 2 more down. Was there anybody who was just objectively bad in the preseason or in the spring training? Brendan Beck was actually really good, but he's probably going to be one of the ones who goes down. We got to send 1 more player, 1 more pitcher down. Hauser's going to be a bullpen arm, I think. So if we make him a reliever, yeah, he gets really pretty good as a reliever. So, all right. So, I mean, is that our starting rotation? We still got to send a player down. So let's figure that out first. So Perez was the worst of the relievers, but he only pitched. I mean, his ratings are. We're going to start him in AAA. And this is what we're going to go with. So Little, Jackson, Brown, Anglesey, and Burns. And we have Shoemaker coming back in 3 to 4 weeks. We'll stick him in the rotation for probably Burns when it's all said and done. Fenn is our closer. Choi and Cotton Game is our setup. That's fine. Strader makes the big league club. Jasiak. I think I want Doval as... I'm going to make Hauser there, an emergency starting pitcher. Halverson, we can remove that. Yeah, so I'm happy. I think our pitching staff is pretty solid. And then we still have a ton of depth. We still have Cantero. We still have Leighton Morrissey, who is working his way up through the minors. And then we've got Aguirre, who we didn't even call up. You know, he'll start in AAA, but he'll be ready to go soon. And then we have Heinrich and Perez and Beck and Kalish in AAA ready to come up when we need them. All right, so that puts us at 29. So we got to send 3 batters down. That's a tough one. I'm going to send Tamar Johnson to AA. He's not quite ready yet. We have, 28, right? Yes, we got to get to 26. So who goes down? I don't think I can keep both Compton and Stewart because I need Maldonado to be our backup middle infielder. Because Boyd can't really do it. But Boyd is the bat. Stewart. See, here's the problem. Is I want some players in the lineup who are really good against lefties, and that's Sal Stewart. Compton's not as good against lefties, but he's still manageable. Boyd is really good against lefties. Maldonado, I got to keep Maldonado on the roster because of his glove. So we got to figure out what to do here. So I think Christian Franklin, so the reigning rookie of the year, is going to go to AAA. And then we have to send one player down. We got to send Stewart. Well, we can't send Stewart down. So we either send him back to where he came from or we keep him on the roster. Compton can go down. Boyd can go down. Compton's the better defensive player. But we don't really need, no one's going to come in defensively for Arenado, so we don't really need a defensive third baseman. Boyd can back up at first base, so can Stewart. I think Compton is the one to go. So let's try to trade him. Okay, nobody wants him. All right, so he will start in AAA. All right, so we are at 26, right? Yep. All right, so let's set our lineup. Clear lineups, clear depth charts, and let's look at batting ratings. So Cisneros is going to be our leadoff hitter, followed by Jody Large. Arenado will bat third. Germani will bat fourth. Marte will bat fifth. Catcher, first base, shortstop. Villar's will bat, Villar's will bat sixth. Lopez will bat seventh, and Galiz, we're gonna give him another shot. He earned it in his first season, but we will swap him and Jensen pretty regularly here. Meadows will get a couple of starts in the outfield. That's fine. Stewart will back up there. They don't have Boyd in there at all. Yeah, I got to get Boyd some playing time as well. So we'll back up Boyd at first. Okay, he's there, and he's also the leading pinch hit or the main pinch hitter. So let's go ahead and copy that and paste it in here. Now, who's going to play DH against righties? That's where Boyd will get some playing time, I think. We'll move him up in the lineup. Paste the depth chart. That's fine. And then against lefties, we will paste the lineup. We got to make some changes against lefties here because some of our players are not very good against left-handed hitters. Like Villar's is okay. Germani is not. So Germani will have to come out against lefties in right field, but I don't necessarily. I guess Meadows is okay, but I'd rather have Boyd out there. So Boyd will play. Do I give VRs a break against lefties? I think I'm going to leave him out there to start, but we are going to... We're going to have Boyd play for him. No, I think I want Boyd out there against lefties. He's just so much better. So we're going to do this. We're going to play Boyd at first base against lefties. Move Meadows down in the lineup. Lopez against lefties is better. Yup. Galiz against lefties is better. So we'll bat Meadows in the 8th spot against lefties. Every third game is fine here. And we will copy that and paste it in here. And Sal Stewart will be our DH against lefties. Move him up because he's better than pretty much everybody in that lineup. And we're good. We are good. So we don't have any money. We don't have any money. So hopefully we are going to win a little bit this year. So let's sim up to opening day. We'll play opening day. We'll let the game go here on opening day and figure out where we stand. I mean, this is the year for us. I mean, I don't think we need to win 100 games, but I think a playoff appearance is something that, I think it's playoff race or bust. I don't know if we need to necessarily make the playoffs, but, winning 85 to 90 games, I think is a reasonable request given the roster that we have. So they expect us to stay reasonable on the field. Player development. So Jackson gets better. Then Strader gets better. Doval gets worse. Carter Jensen gets better. Galiz gets worse. Villar's gets better. Boyd gets a little worse. Stewart gets a little worse. Cisneros gets a little worse, but he's still fine. All right. Top 100 prospects. We've got Villar's and Ferruza in the top 10. We may need to make him a left fielder with that range. All right. So we're playing Atlanta. Wonderful. On opening day. So let's see how it goes. How's Large doing? Okay, he's getting better. He's getting better. So I like the top of our lineup. I think our lineup is much better than it was a year ago. Villar's is still, he's still not fully developed, so he's probably not going to have a great year. But as he comes along, I think he'll be fine. Germani, he's ready to go. I think if we hide him against lefties, he'll be okay. Cisneros, I'm excited about. Again, not great defensively. He's fine in left field. We got Large in center. So our outfield defense is pretty good with Cisneros, Large, and Germani, who doesn't have great range, but great error, great arm. Third base, obviously, we're fine. Marte's fine at second. Yeah, defensively, we're not a bad team. Our pitching staff is solid. Once we get Shoemaker back, Burns will go in. And, yeah. So we're still young. We're still coming along. But I think this is the years. Or this is one of the years. So let's play this game against Atlanta. So they're going to be starting Taylor Trammell in left, Jose Ramirez at third, Freddie Freeman at first, Acuna. Jeez, this lineup is stacked, man. Trammell, Ramirez, Freeman, Acuna, Albies, Cole Young at short, Christian Pache in center, Mike Soroka will bat 8th, and Logan Brown does the catching, batting 9th. Soroka last year, 14-4, 2.54. For us, Cisneros, Large, Arenado, Germani, Marte, Villar's, Lopez, Galiz, and Christian Little. So let's just see what happens here. On opening day in Atlanta. I love our orange and green color scheme. Cisneros draws a 4-pitch walk. Large grounds into a 5-4 fielder's choice. Arenado strikes out, and Germani hits a fly ball to center. Diving catch made out there. That retires the side. Ground ball to first. 1 away. Ramirez is hit by the pitch. Freeman grounds into the shift and grounds into a 4-6-3 double play. We get through the first inning. Marte draws a leadoff walk. Villar's base hit to right field. And Marte is going to make his way to third. So first and third, nobody out, top of the second. Here comes Lopez. Pops it up to left. Is that going to be deep enough to score the run? He's going to try. And he's safe. So we take a 1-0 lead on a sac fly by Jose Lopez. Galiz grounds it to short. And he hits into a 6-4-3 double play. So we go to the bottom of the second, up 1-0. Acuna strikes out. Albies grounds into the shift, and we get an error on Marte. Young strikes out, and Pache hits a fly ball to left. That's going to get down for a hit. So first and second, 2 outs for the pitcher, and he strikes out. So we're up 1 after 2. Little will bat. He will strike out. Here comes Cisneros. Grounded on the infield, grounds out to the pitcher, and Large. Grounds it to third. We go to the bottom of the third, up 1-0. Logan Brown grounds to short. 1 away. Top of the order in Trammell. He walks. Ramirez hits a fly ball to center. It's going to get over Large's head off the wall. And we are tied at 1. Freeman strikes out. And Acuna grounds out to third. So 1-1 after 3. Arenado grounds out to short. Germani pops up to center, 2 away. And Noel V Marte. He hits the fly ball to center. It's going to get over the head of Pache, high off the wall. So a 2-out double for Noel V Marte. Can we get a clutch hit here from VRs? Nope, he strikes out. So we go to the bottom of the fourth, 1-1. Albies grounds to, it's going to be an infield hit. 3-2 pitch to Young, grounded 5-4, fielder's choice. Pick off at first. Nice. And Pache strikes out. So 1-1 after 4. Lopez now. He grounds out. Galiz. He grounds out. And Little. He grounds out. So 3 ground outs in the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still 1-1. Come on. Soroka with a leadoff hit. Brown grounds into the shift, though. Returning 2. We are 6-4-3. Trammell comes up. And he hits that one down the right field line. That's going to be extra bases. So a 2-out double for Taylor Trammell here. 1-1 pitch to Ramirez. Grounded to second. And we get out of that one. So we're through 5. Still tied at 1. Cisneros will bat. And he grounds out to short. A lot of weak contact. Here comes Large. That's going to be another ground out. And Arenado draws a 4-pitch walk. Tremonti walks. Parker Meadows pinch hits. Or pinch runs. Okay. Bottom of the 6th. Freeman draws a leadoff walk. Acuna strikes out. It's going to be a base hit to right. Is Freeman going to go to third? He is. So first and third, 1 out in the 6th. Bring the infield in. That's a pop-up to center, but that's going to be should be more than deep enough to score Freeman. It is. We are down 2-1 now. Pache hits it out to right. So we're going to go to the 7th, down by a run. VRs will lead off, and he hits that one to left. It's going to get down for a single. Lopez comes up. He's going to pop that one into left. So the first 2 runners reach here in the 7th. Galiz pops up, infield fly. Sal Stewart will pinch hit, and he's going to hit into a double play. Damn it. All right, so that was a good opportunity. 2 runners on, and we get nothing out of it. So Braxton Cottongame will come in. Strikes out Padlo. Brown grounds to first. 3-to pitcher covering. And Taylor Trammell. He grounds to third. So we're going to go to the 8th, down by a run. Huskar and Yoa against Cisneros. It's a pop out to second. Jody Large pops out to third. And Arenado will strike out. Or CJ Boyd pinch hit. Okay. Oh, no, because he pinched. Okay, right. He came in for Arenado. All right, so we go to the bottom of the 8th. That is a fly ball to left. 1 away. Freeman, 2-1 pitch to him. Grounded into the shift. And Acuna hits a fly ball to center. Large makes the catch. So again, our offense is our Achilles heel here as we have 4 hits and 1 run through 8 1/3 innings. All right, well, looks like we are going to lose this one 2-1. That's a base hit to right center for VRs, and that will bring up Lopez. Nope, we're going to lose. All right, so we lose on opening day 2-1. Not ideal. But again, a young offense. It'll come along. Little was good. 6 innings, 2 hits, walked 2, struck out 6. Cotton Game was really good in his 2 innings. VR's had 3 singles. Soroka was just better. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Again, give me your prediction for this year. I think 84 wins is where we're going to end up this season. And let me know what you think. So again, as always, I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate your support. Talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.